All right, you guys, I'm pretty excited today. I received my package from TopHydralics, and I'm pretty excited. I could finally get to pretty much put SCHNEIDER back together as far as the Vario roof goes. I only sent 3 of the 5, mainly because the 2 back ones, I wasn't too worried about it yet. I just wanted to fix the main latch, which is the main source of the leak, and the main supports that lift the top up. Those are the ones that are more expected to leak versus the trunk lid supports. And personally, I'd like to thank Klaus. I believe he is either the owner. We're going to go ahead and remove this packaging so you can see pretty much what you get. They're receiving it from TopHydralics. And there they are, all 3 pieces. So I'm pretty sure this one right here, top lock cylinder for the SLK R171. Part numbers included, very nice, professionally packaged. Here is their business card. Klaus, owner and technical advisor. Well, Klaus, I am pretty happy with this service. It took literally less than a day. I think shipping took longer, if anything, between both parties. But the services and the email updates was superb. The moment you received the package, I got a notification instantly. The moment the service was completed, I got a notification. And the moment it shipped out and updates was on top. I give it a grade A service on that, sir. I greatly appreciate it, and I know a lot of SLK owners and a lot of convertible top owners will appreciate your services for the long run. All right, so we're here in the Speed Technician garage, and we're finally going to be able to put back the hydraulic units for the main lift supports, and obviously for the hydraulic lock latch, which is for the top of the Vario roof. Another little note that I wanted to read out to you guys is, if you look on the bag, if my phone can focus correctly, it says featuring upgraded seals that make this part better than a new one. Note, the upgraded hydraulic line port seals. And the good thing about it is they are numbered as well. So that answers my previous question. The numbered is on there. You got line 12 and line 10. And this one right here is the left Vario support. Nice. New Velcro lining too as well, so they don't get scuffed when entering the point, but that's pretty much it. Yep, look at these new lines. Very clean, very good work. Couldn't even tell if it's aftermarket or not. Well, this is better than OEM. So pretty much our attack on this procedure is going to be simple. We are going to go ahead and install the main supports, and then we're going to focus on doing the hydraulic the lock latch last. Before we put any paneling on, the next step of the process is pretty much to fill this with fluid. Now keep in mind, we have 3 units that are empty of all fluids. So when you're topping this off, add a little bit above the plus line, because when you do a test, it's gonna drop in level. And when this pump drops in level, we're gonna go ahead and remove it from its holding area and open it up and fill it again with hydraulic fluid. The only fluid I recommend you use is going to be the only hydraulic fluid for the Mercedes-Benz Vario roof. Part number A009899103010. And if we focus straight down here, you see that one and this one right over here, they're going to meet adjacent to each other, right next to each other. Put that in. put the lock, the holding stud in there, keep it in place. We do the same for the rear as well, which is right here. And we're going to run the lines back in through here, straighten down into that crevice. Now that crevice is going to come out right from here. And that's just going to go straight back out. And obviously we're going to recover everything. Got zip ties, got everything necessary. We're going to do both of those supports. Now, a little tip for this, to enter this stud, you're going to come in from this end over here. Don't try to bend it in or force it in from an angle. You're going to have to come in from the back over here, slide it through that actual hole placement, and then you can guide it with your finger in, and you just wiggle it through until you get it all the way through. Once you get it through, you should see the tip of it. Probably won't see it back here, but you could barely see it. Right down in there. That's where the E-clip is going to clip onto. All right, just so you guys know, putting this E-clip is very, very difficult for the most part if you don't have the right tools. I don't have the right tool. But to make this work with what we got, you need to find yourself a screwdriver, very small, very slim, that has a magnetic tip, or magnetize it, either way. You're going to hold the clip over the adjacent pin. You can see the stud in there. I already did it already, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. You're pretty much going to just slide it over with the E-clip facing inward. Because once you get it in between the stud, you're going to pin it with this one. Once you get it pinned, you get the other screwdriver between the screwdriver and the actual stud and force it down. And that's pretty much it. Right here, it's good to have a magnetic stick pretty much right underneath. Just in case you do drop the clip, it catches it. There's like a little cup plate right here, so it won't really fall anywhere, but just so you can catch it easier and just pull it out every time you make a mistake. Now, I already put the other stud inside, so we're going to put this one aside because that's for the other side of this setup. We're going to put the E-clip. It's pretty simple. Again, it's a tight spot. You can use pretty much long needle nose pliers. You're just going to go ahead and grab them like that, very firmly. Now remember, this stud is at this angle, so we want to get it so it slides in between. And it's pressurized, so you just got to force it in and it'll slide into the socket right here. And you can see the grooves of this stud. Now, the stud that I'm going to be putting this clip on is already inside, so we got to get in here. And that's it. We're already done with this side. I already ran the lines through to the other end. They're right over here. We're going to do the same on the passenger side. And once we do that, we'll hook it up to the pump and we'll lift the pump up, lift the vertical roof, the Vario roof manually upward, so we can install the lock latch as well. All right, so now that we have both hydraulic cylinders, the main lift supports in, we're going to go ahead and just kind of tidy up this area. We're going to run these lines, zip tie the key points where these need to be zip tied as far as in the back bracketing over here. And then from there, we're just gonna kind of get everything cleaned up. So we won't have much to do once we put the main lock latch support on. So as you can see, I gotta pretty much put all these wires and sensor wires and hydraulic lines back into place. Ran all the wiring, zip tied everything to where it was originally, using all the factory clips, put all the insulation back, checked everything twice. Everything seems to be on the up and up. The next thing I'm going to be doing, hooking up the hydraulic lines, and let's go ahead and get to it. A couple of things I wanted to point out to you guys. You don't, when you have to top it off, this is how I'm doing it. I just have a piece of duct tape or tape underneath just to keep it leveled up. You don't have to open that bleeding screw, because the moment you do that, you're going to bleed the entire system. You don't need to. It's not necessary. You just want to open from here. Air is going to escape, but nothing is going to come out of these lines. And that's something you don't want, because then you're going to have to restart and refill the process again. It's not really a bad thing, because there's not really where the fluid will go. The fluid will probably just ooze out of here. So that's why you don't want that, because obviously you can see my tailgate is lifted up. And you want to make sure that when you, obviously if you were to open that bleed screw, it will come down and push all the fluid into the reservoir. And you don't want that, because then you have a big mess. Alrighty guys, I'm a little nervous. I'm about to test this, this setup. I've installed all the hydraulic cylinders, the main lift supports, and the latch. Tightened everything good. Made sure all the hydraulic lines were attached to their mounting points, and it tucked everything really nicely. Pretty much how I found everything. And we're about to test it. So where is the key? Oh, I have it in my pocket. Let's see if I broke anything. Little nervous. Wow. That was pretty loud. I didn't realize this insulation they put in all the paneling, how much it muffles that sound of that pump. Pretty sure you guys heard it. But I think we have a success. My level is a little bit under, I like to say 3/4. It's a little foamy at the top, but I think that's normal. I can say right now, I'm pretty happy that I actually labeled all my hardware, because there's a lot of bolts and screws that have to go back onto here. One thing I cannot stress enough is, remember how I mentioned before, for Mercedes, engineers design these specifically for everything to go in easy. If some of these screws are not going in easy, you're doing it wrong. The last thing you want to do is start tightening these from the get-go. You just want to feed them in about 2 to 3 threads, each one. If you get to one bolt that's not going in easy, adjust this actual bracket plate. Move it a little bit. Get it to fit. All the screws should go in smoothly, either by hand or just using the socket tip and able to turn it by hand. That means you did it right. If you're having trouble with any of these bolts, do not force them. You're just going to strip it, and you're going to damage it and ruin pretty much all your hard work by damaging a screw. Even though one probably won't hurt, it's always best to make sure, you know, the satisfaction of getting each and every one originally into its spot without damaging any or cross-threading any of the bolt placements. This is my first system that I've done on this Vario roof for the R171, and it's relatively easy as far as process. Now everything else, it's a pain in the ass and it does take a lot of time, but I think anyone who's savvy with tools can do this their own if they have their time and they follow my video, more or less my tips, look at the other ones available on the internet, do some research, and pay TopHydralics a visit, and I'm pretty sure they can get this done on their own and be happy to use their convertible top without worrying the world. These hydraulic cylinders, these TopHydralics cylinders in general, are gonna last me a good 20 to 30 years, so to speak. I'm pretty sure I'll keep this car that long, but I guess I get to enjoy this summer continuously without worry, and I'm pretty excited for that. Anyway, this is Panzer. I'd like to thank everybody who followed, like and subscribe. It lets me know that I'm doing pretty good. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying my content. Leave me feedback. I love comments. Reach out to me. Let me know what I can do to improve, what you would like me to do next on the SLK. I like to conversate with pretty much anyone in general. It's pretty much how I am, which is the reason why I'm sharing this content with you guys. Sharing my experiences and my perils, and obviously my failures. Hopefully I don't have that many. But I'm pretty happy, and hope you guys enjoyed this video.